baby. We live and we got to squeeze in just a little bit. Just a little bit. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Oh, that's not my job. My bad.
Hi, welcome to the JasVynce show. I'm Jasmine.
And I'm Vince. What's going on? We back for another wonderful edition of Married at First Sight.
Episode 13. Home Alone.
Home alone, baby. They home alone. For some reason, these people have been, they've been married for what? At least 4 weeks going into this episode now. Sorry, I still got the headphones.
It's longer than that.
It was longer than that now. But welcome. What's going on, Frenchie? What's up, Ruth? Thank you for being a part of the show. They've been married for at least 4 weeks up until last episode. That's what it was. Until last episode. And now, coronavirus hits, baby. It's getting real. I didn't think I would be that excited to say that, but they here.
I feel like they just was drawing it out so long to finally get to quarantine, which started like a month after they got married.
Yeah.
So that was super annoying. So this show, we're going to do it a little bit different.
Just a little bit.
Normally we go in order of how the show aired, but there was not as much happening, of course, this episode. So we're going to go like in order of couple.
Yes, going by couples. We've done it before. We've done it by couples before. But yeah, so this is the first week where like we're fully like deep into coronavirus and how it's affecting the couples. They started the episode by saying Bourbon Street was I'm blocking your light, girl. They started the episode by saying Bourbon Street was a ghost town. It's crazy. Like I don't know what to say. So that's the first thing that we have to worry about. So where are we starting at?
First couple. Who's the first couple?
I'm like, where your notes at? I'm looking at everything else besides me. First couple, Amelia and Bennett. Okay. And we got kicked off alive.
Why? Why?
I'm not sure.
Who is these people?
I wonder why. We're still recording now. Is it recording? It's still recording. All right, cool. Thought I wasn't going to have to do no editing, but here we are. Live TV, baby.
What are you talking about? I'm lost.
Let's try it again. Because Tony's going to be late anyway, so. We back. And we're back. So, first couple that we're dealing with, Amelia and Bennett. Amelia and Bennett is who we're talking about now.
Yeah, but we still got to go over the whole synopsis of this episode. So the quarantine starts and basically all the production stops because COVID hits.
Right.
So they are supposed to be documenting themselves.
Okay.
So I guess phone,
Tony.
laptop, whatever they're using. And also the normal decision day timeline, which I think is like 8 weeks, is being pushed back due to COVID. I don't know how far it's being pushed back, but I'm sure we'll get to that.
I thought that was crazy. And that was another thing that they never...
I hope they get paid.
They never said like, oh, I think even Pastor Cow at one point was like, well, at some point we're going to have to have this decision day, but who knows? So yeah, there's a lot of weeks in between. So this is a situation that not only the couples have never been in before, but production has never been in either. So I think that's pretty crazy. But yeah, so we starting with
Bennett and Amelia. So basically, they seem to be one of the couples that's actually enjoying the quarantine.
Yes,
they've been enjoying being stuck indoors and falling more in love. It looks like at some point Bennett was like maybe painting his little house or whatever. What is it?
Bennett's his
small house.
Yeah, Bennett says he's fallen more in love with each passing day. I thought that was very sweet. And yeah, you want to continue from there because we know we've been waiting for this whole time.
But Bennett did say that he was scared of like the American economy crashing and like having money issues, because you know I'm not gonna say he a bum, but he don't really have money like that.
Seems like
either.
A Bennett
he
concern.
does like odd jobs, so that I could see that being a real concern for him.
That's a Bennett concern.
And he's that seems like a responsible concern too. That's the other thing I thought about. Because for Bennett to be the one that's more like carefree, not more carefree, but like doesn't necessarily have a like more of a career like Amelia, he is very responsible in the way that he thinks, and like, you know, the chores and money and stuff like that. I don't know if he got money, but you know, you got to be a good steward with what you have. That's all I'm saying.
A good steward?
Yes, that's what they say in the Bible.
Oh, I was gonna say I've never.
The Bible says.
I don't think I've ever heard that one. I need to read my Bible more.
Yeah, you too.
All right.
So basically, we find out that Amelia has been matched for her residency.
I was surprised when she said she got matched. I was like, wait, we already know who you matched to. But yeah, she's got her residency, and she's definitely going to Virginia, right?
Richmond, Virginia.
Richmond, Virginia, to be exact.
I would not want to go to Richmond, Virginia.
She's a doctor. I guess they got good.
I don't like Richmond, Virginia.
Hospitals, I guess, over there.
I don't know. I have no clue. So basically, this episode, all the couples kind of like talk to the experts. All the girls talk to Dr. Pepper. We love Dr. Pepper.
We love Dr. Pepper.
And all the guys talk to Pastor Kyle. And then basically everybody.
Pastor Kyle even more.
Yeah, we like Pastor Kyle more. But Dr. Pepper is the OG.
Yes.
So, don't do that. Don't do that. Somebody looking outside our house right now. So basically, they discuss like what issues are coming up or whatever. And of course, Amelia doesn't have any issues. Bennett really doesn't have any issues. The only real issue is when they want to have kids and where this residency is.
I'm glad that
if he's open to moving.
Yeah, I'm glad that he was down for the kids conversation. I thought that he didn't care about kids anymore. But yeah, so they've been in the house, and this is how I knew it was crazy, because again, they don't know when decision day is supposed to come, but apparently Amelia said that they've been in the house for 2 months already, because that's how long the project or the experiment is supposed to be.
Yeah, I think it was day 47 or something. I saw they showed on there.
She said decision day was supposed to be a couple weeks ago, but here we are. So she's definitely going to Virginia, and Bennett. Would you call it a cop-out? Would you call it a compromise?
It's definitely a compromise.
A compromise.
Bennett, she was prepared to talk about a long-distance marriage. And Bennett says, hey, I've decided that I'm willing to split my time half in New Orleans and half in Virginia. That's a huge compromise.
Yeah, I think so.
Especially for a marriage. That means that he has faith and he actually wants it to work. So I think it's a brave thing to do. I don't know that I would do it if I just married somebody. But shout out to Bennett.
I think it's dope. I think it's very dope that he wants to take the time. But again, I told you, I feel like I couldn't see him giving up on his full life that he has. He has a full life that he built literally in New Orleans. And like, you know what I'm saying?
If it was somewhere more fun, I could see him being like, yeah, let's go. But Richmond? Nah.
It's a lot for him to give all that up.
Okay, so that's all we have for them. Moving on to Karen and Miles.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
So Karen is an essential worker. She works for a hospital. I don't know. I think she's like a project manager or something. So she supports the hospital basically. So she's been like swamped with work. Anybody that's been like an essential worker that you know has been like working crazy amount of hours. So basically, Miles is not allowed to go into work because he works in a school. So all the schools are shut down. So he's always talking about how he's bored. And she said that she wasn't sure if he's depressed again. Because she hasn't seen it before. But also, work is taking up her time. So she don't really got time to worry about if he's depressed, honestly. Like,
we'll see.
I get it. I actually empathize with her this episode.
Yeah,
because
a little bit, because they're both busy, right? And again, that's a situation where she doesn't know how to act or how to expect him to act. But I think for the majority of this show, I've probably been on Miles' side.
I have.
Because again, they're not making Karen look the best.
I just understand how it is to have a demanding job and then have to come home and you want to relax and you actually are in a relationship and have to worry about making sure the other person is good too.
Right.
Like,
shout out to Shatoni who said there are theater companies everywhere, referring to Bennett and Amelia. Hopefully, once
I don't think there's any weird people like that everywhere.
Yeah, that's a weird place, man. And again, he's established. He's established in New Orleans already. So hopefully, maybe he'll find something in Richmond part time or something like that.
Yeah,
but back to Karen and Miles. I'm glad that she got to speak with Dr. Pepper, who obviously wishes that she could be in front of the couples more, but COVID, baby, COVID. And she told Dr. Pepper that she's still in the same place. Like, she felt Miles had too many feminine traits about him. And I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I was here for Dr.
She
Pepper.
said, I don't want to be called sis. You're not my girlfriend. You my husband.
She want a husband, not a girlfriend. I get it. But I feel like Miles connects with her only on like a joking level for the most part when she's open. So like him saying sis, like Vince will say sis to me sometimes as a joke. Not that often though. Like,
but I do get, first off, to talk about their connection. I do 100% feel like Miles is in a box where he's like, you're not giving me much, so this is how I know you respond to me. So this is what you're gonna get. And I'm just going to see if I could try to get a smile crack out of you or something like that. Right. But yeah, I do all the time. I don't know where I got it from. I guess it was probably trying to relate to my female friends. But like, girl, like I'll say something like that.
You do say, hey, like, girl, to everybody.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but like that's me, being funny. I don't consider it. It is kind of, I guess you would consider it a little bit feminine to an extent. But it's not like, that's not who I am. That's a piece of my personality that I'm giving you to try to relate to you. You know what I'm saying? So again, I think that's just Miles trying to be like, give me something, please. Give me something back, So I thought the crazy thing was she told Dr. Pepper, I believe, that he said that if decision day was today, he would choose not to stay married. Ooh.
I feel like that's like more of a like awakening for her because she ain't on Christina level, but she definitely is probably like, well, he just seemed like a little puppy dog and whatever she say he gonna be with. So she's like, oh, he wants to be with me regardless, is probably how she was feeling. Because he was putting out so many emotions up front that I could understand how she could feel that way. Like she could do whatever she wants and he's not going to be affected. But I feel like he just said that to shock her into reality that he's not getting what he needs out of the relationship.
And I feel like, I don't know how long it had been at that point, but I feel like they've talked about this already. They've talked about it a number of times. Pastor Cal spoke with Miles, and same thing. He said, yo, we're struggling, but I feel like I'm putting in the work, and she's just not about it. She's not about it. He asked her at one point, they cut to them asking, I think it was one of those self-tapes.
Oh, he was like, are you excited to be in quarantine with me? And she says, thank God we have 2 rooms. I'm just like,
yeah, like, why are you doing this?
What?
Why are you doing this? Like, why are you talking, to your man like this? Like, at least give him, like I said, give him something. So, Pastor Cal was asking, like, is the intimacy grown any? Like, are y'all having sex?
He was like, in life?
Sex? Bruh.
Have we kissed in life?
Are y'all holding hands? Are y'all kissing? That's what he said, in life? Like, yes. At one point, we did hold hands. At one point, we did kiss. But they showed them interacting with each other. We've been in the house forever and ever this whole time. We've been locked down together these whole 7 months. 7 whole months. Yep. You know what I'm saying? 7 whole months. And I admit it is rough. There's times where not that you don't want to be around each other, but that you like, let me get my space.
You're used to having, you're at least used to going to work chill. And being away from each other for some time.
I had to hold Jazz's hand and give her a kiss after that because I was like, look, I'm glad we've been putting up with this. Imagine being in a situation where you don't even know this person. And you got to be locked down with them. Like, that's wild. That is a wild situation to be in. So I got a little love points for that.
You got love points.
But yeah, it is honestly, it's tough it's very tough being in a situation like that, especially if you're not fully connected with the person. So I'm glad we'll talk about Umani, but I'm glad that they're at least doing somewhat well with this. But I believe, I'm not sure. I think Pastor Cal asked Miles, "Are you committed to seeing your marriage through to decision day?"
And he was like,
There was a long pause, just like that. There was a long,
I don't know.
He's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. So they, you know what I'm saying?
She's not loving him the way he wants to be loved.
She's not. So
when he's concerned about her timeline. So Pastor Kyle was talking about she needs to change her views on masculinity and the traditional constructs of marriage. I think that that's a big thing because especially as millennials, like the idea of like traditional construct of marriage is cool, but things are so different now. Women can be the breadwinners. Yeah. Like it's not as like men up here and women down here as it was in the past. Like men can raise kids too. Like it's more equal. So I think that her being like, oh well, he's not masculine enough. Like I'm almost convinced that she like a dude that's gonna hem her up. That's most likely. She want a thug.
She want a dude that's gonna have a baby on her just cause. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what she want. Clearly, that's clearly what she wants. So they had their little conversation and stuff. So I'm glad they got a chance to talk about it. I'm glad when they take time to like at least like reconvene and like, okay, this is what I talked to Dr. Pepper about. This is what I talked to Pastor Cal about. But the only thing I got from that was that she said I thought we was about to get something good. She's missing that real raw, how does Miles really feel? And I'm like, Miles and Jazz probably all had the same face. Like, he wants to be loved. Like, that's it. He just wants to feel something. Like, give him something. Do you want me to touch you on the shoulder every once in a while? He's like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But that's what she's running from. I get it, but
she's annoying me a little bit. I understand her being overwhelmed with work during this because I can only imagine how busy, you know, the hospital would be. But I feel like she's almost using that a little bit like an excuse not to put in more effort, because at some point she was putting in effort.
Yeah. And then again, when you gotta be in a situation where you work in a hospital, I'm guessing, right? Yeah. So I can see it being a little bit difficult, but come on, Karen. Come on. Give my man some love. Give him some kisses and stuff. That's all you want.
Basically, she said,
let him know you appreciate him.
He said he needs to see that she wants to be there.
Yeah.
And give him some of what he needs.
And that's all I be trying to, you know.
He just needs some love and affection.
That's all I want. You just gotta give me a little bit of love to let me know that, you know, you in this for real.
All right, so moving on to the hot ass mess.
Ooh, what we talking about?
That is Brett and Olivia.
Oh yeah, baby. Oh no, not them.
No, not them.
Sorry, I'm messing out with this new equipment, so I'm trying to make sure I get all my graphics and stuff in there. I'm working. We're trying to make the YouTube. We're trying to up the YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? But thank you to everybody that's watching us live on Instagram as well. But yeah, so talking about Brett and Olivia. Hot mess. Go ahead. All right. Well, first thing that I had was that Brett dipped to his house.
We'll get back to that.
She went to. Oh, you got something before that?
I got stuff before that.
That was the first. Go ahead.
So what I got was Olivia works at a hospital daily, and Brett.
Everybody work at a hospital.
I think Brett's office has been shut down. She's a nurse. No, she's a nurse practitioner. So I think Brett's office was shut down because somebody tested positive for COVID-19. So I think that they just have different outlooks on how to approach the coronavirus. Because she is an essential worker, I find that my friends that are essential workers are more willing to like be out and just have a mask on and be safe versus I've been quarantined working remotely since March 15th.
Whole 7.
So I'm not trying to be in nobody's face out here. Like, I don't go to the grocery store. I hate to say it, but I don't. So
Henry does, but we'll talk about that.
So the point is, I think that Brett is more scared, and she's just like following protocols. Yeah. So she's more open to going places, and she went you know, they had the stay at home order like everybody did, but she decided to go visit her mom and make like check in on her family. And Brett ass moved out while she was gone.
Wow, boy. So Brett has spoken, and I think in the beginning of the episode, he did mention that somebody that he knew at his job, I guess, contracted COVID, and I guess there was a whole situation surrounding that. So I can see him being a little bit more paranoid about it because he actually, like, in the beginning of the quarantine, knew somebody that had it and probably was sick from it. But yeah, so again, she, I guess, was at work and went to go see her parents, or her mom specifically, for a few days. I don't know what a few days is to either of them.
It's probably the weekend.
Brett dipped. He dipped out to his house, took the cats, took all that. Ate all the food.
Did he take all the cats?
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But again, she mentioned that she was, like you said, she's sick of hearing about COVID. And yeah, he's super paranoid. He wants to watch the news to keep up with everything. And I could see you going crazy, you know, within a few weeks.
You got to filter how much news you take in. I definitely do. Exactly. I don't watch the news every day. I can't.
A lot. It's a lot to deal with.
So basically, Olivia calls him and was like, you took all the food. He was like, no, I ate it. Like, he was so calm about the fact that he left her.
Forgot the coffee machine.
And didn't say nothing. And then she was like,
he took his catch, just his.
Right. She was like, what did she say? Oh, you left the coffee pot. He was like, oh, I left that. I'm like, you are so trash, Brett. You are so trash.
Thought I got everything.
So basically, when Brett talks to Pastor Kyle, he's like, oh yeah, I moved out because her cat was like scratching my cat, and you know, so he said he was moving the cat back home and there was a misunderstanding. But there's a difference between moving the cat back home and you moving out while she's gone. I didn't like that. He was lying.
Were they getting beat up? Is that what it was? The cats were scratching his cats.
Let me tell you what. I put down, imagine they match you and the only thing y'all got in common is the cats. And the cats don't even like each other.
Cats don't even. Come on, man. What happened? The cats didn't work? The cats didn't work out.
So Brett told Pastor Kyle, yeah, we friend-zoned each other like week 5 or something. I'm just like.
Which I thought was interesting because I feel like, again,
it was after Dr. Viviana came and talked to them about
Technically,
intimacy.
they had only been married for 4 weeks. So after.
Yeah.
I was like, things looked like they were getting better. But yeah, week 5, apparently they friend-zoned each other. I thought it was crazy. They got them, you know what I'm saying? And this is when we started to notice that, again, production is shut down, man.
Yeah, we're not getting nothing.
So I'm like, week 5. So imagine, again, COVID, when it hit, this is like late March we're talking, everything was shut down. Everything was shut down for a couple weeks. So, like, people were actually quarantining for like 2 weeks at that time. Like, it was a lot. It was a lot to deal with. So they got them self-filming themselves and stuff like that with their phones and their cameras.
Which has not been very much information that we're getting out of this, honestly.
We're not getting a lot. So I guess they just picking stuff off the camera. Like, I think we could use that. I think that might work in the show. So I don't know what we're going to get. We still don't know how far Decision Day is. But they came back from their separate meetings. Brett, for some reason,
they sat down to talk. Olivia basically put it out all on the table. Is like, I want to make this marriage work. I want to make sure that I've exhausted every opportunity to make it work.
Absolutely.
You could tell she was like trying to extend a olive branch. Is that what it's called?
An Olivia branch, if you will.
Olivia branch. And Brett, she asked Brett, do you think by Decision Day there's anything that can be done to fix this situation? What this fool said?
No thanks. He's done.
He said no thank you.
No thank you.
I was like so disgusted with him.
He's done.
But not surprised. Not surprised, but I was disgusted with him because he likes to leave. That's what he does.
Again, not sure how far into the weeks of quarantine it was, but at that point, like we said, he was done. He's finished. It's over.
I've been done with him.
He's over.
So moving on to Umani.
Umani.
Are they still our favorite couple?
Umani is definitely still our favorite couple. I feel like they're the only couple. Well, no, Amelia and Bennett were doing very well, but
they still doing good.
You know what I'm saying? They doing their thing. They doing their thing out here. So Umani, gotta love Umani. You know what I'm saying? What you want to start with Umani?
Sure.
Oh, they opened up the episode this time. Again, we're just going by couples straight up. But Umani opened up the episode this time with Woody in the camera getting his snow on.
Oh my god. Oh my god. It was horrible.
He was getting his snow on. You know
and then she woke him up and he went right back to sleep snoring hard. I'm like,
yeah, I didn't think he was gonna,
like that.
I didn't think he was gonna fall asleep right away. Like right away.
I've seen it happen before.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm. So moving on, Umani finally wants to tell him that she loves him,
which I think is amazing. I'm glad
she made him breakfast. She got him a gift for each of his senses. I'm like, that's cute. I don't know how you could think of that, but that's cute.
Yeah, no, I thought that was cute because hasn't he been doing the same thing too?
He's been doing a good job. He's been a good husband.
He's been doing a good job.
So they had a big argument. Basically, Umani said what she said was she jokingly asked to see his DMs because she know he got hoes.
I kind of think she was joking. I had to think about it.
I could see her saying it as a joke. I feel like I would say that as a joke. Like, yeah. I get it. But apparently he was like, why you want to see that? Like, you're invading my personal space.
And I'm like, yo, Woody def got the hoes in his DMs.
Is he suspect? That's my question. Was he being suspect?
I don't think he was being suspect, but
maybe it caught him off guard.
No, it definitely caught him off guard. He def got the hoes in his DMs somewhere, someplace. There's people even Shatoni knows he got hoes. You know what I'm saying? Again, this is a dude that, not to talk bad about his character or anything like that, but all of his friends thought that he was the least.
Yeah, but that was because
the least ready to be married.
He was single then.
He was very single.
People are different when they're single and when they're in a relationship, especially when they're married.
He was very single. So I thought that was funny that he had to get upset about the hoes, so she had to check him on that.
How many times have we seen people get married at first sight and they didn't clean up? Shatoni is saying clean it up before marriage, and I feel like we've heard about this happening before where people are like, oh, even well, yeah, I broke up with somebody. What's the girl last year? Katie from DC. She had sex with her ex while she was married, or they broke up or something. Snap. So like,
Brett was going on a second date when he found out he got
right. That's funny. He probably hit that girl up too.
He's like, about that. Didn't work out. You know what I'm saying?
That's horrible. That is so horrible.
So this Saturday.
So basically, I don't think he was being suspect, but I don't know. I feel like that's a common argument in relationships. Right. Because social media is so prevalent now, and social media be ruining relationships. So just try to.
What you gonna do? And Woody, you know what I'm saying? They quarantine, so people probably hitting him up like, "Oh,
yeah,
what you doing?
You always on social media.
What you doing? Yeah, he on his phone nonstop too. Come on, man. Now,
you sounding real suspect yourself.
No. We're not gonna do that. Now, I did from talking. Did they meet with Pastor Cal together, or they still?
No, separate. Dr. Pepper talked to Umani, and she asked her what are some of the highlights, and she was like, we have similar personalities and sense of humor. We like to dance, so it's been very easy for us to get to know each other. And she was asking like, when did the strong feelings start? And Umani was like, Woody started it first or whatever, but basically everything is all good. They like to dance.
Okay. Nah, I thought that was cool. A question, or I don't know if it was a statement, when they were asked like what phase are they trying to be in, and they mentioned, I think it was Umani that said, in the trying to stay in love phase, which I thought was sweet. The trying to stay in love phase.
You want to trying to stay in love
Trying to stay in love phase. Aww. You know what I'm saying? Because they got to the love phase already. So now they trying to stay in love. That's the phase that they in right now. So I thought that was super dope.
I get it. The good thing is they're always willing to communicate. Like, if you want to make something work, you got to be willing to communicate for real.
Gotta be willing to communicate. So they talked about that.
Kids.
Yeah, Woody might want kids. Does he want kids sooner than Umani does, or just sooner than he thought?
Yes, Umani was like in a few years, and Woody was like, Woody was trying to shoot the club up on that honeymoon, remember?
Yeah, that did happen. That did happen.
So he's talking about if it could happen in a year or two, I wouldn't be mad, because he's like, this is the person I know that I want in my life forever.
Yes.
And I'm like, that's actually a valid point, but even I would still wait sometime.
I thought that was sweet. She said that She wants to continue forever. She wants this feeling to continue it forever, not just in the experiment, which I thought was amazing. Come on, Umani. Points for you. Points for you. So when they talked about when they got together and had their conversation, or did you have more about Pastor Cal?
No.
All right, cool. The thing that I got from them, I think this was a Pastor Cal quote, saying that compromise is key.
Yeah.
Compromise is key. So they decided they're not having the baby in no time soon. They're not doing that just yet. Yeah. They're going to get a puppy first, which is what she wanted. So look at that. And Woody gets to take care of
I want a puppy.
A baby puppy. We could get a puppy at some point.
I want a puppy too.
Get a puppy at some point.
Okay. So basically, Woody said that he's scared of not being the guy for her. He says, I'm scared of not being that guy because I'm all in. And that's what I interpreted what he was saying as. Like, I feel like he's scared that at decision day, even though he's all in and he's like committed and showing her everything, and she says she loves him too, that he's still not going to be the one. And she said, I want you to know that you are enough. I was like, praise your black king. Give him some praise.
Yes.
Like, he needs that uplifting. I was here for it.
I don't know. I appreciate it. But yeah, day 76 of marriage is crazy. And 43 days of lockdown. So this is, they've been locked down for pretty much as long as the experiment is supposed to be. So they've been married for a month longer than that. Yeah,
that's scary.
It's crazy. So this is the first time that we're seeing some craziness taking place in up in this show right here. So yeah, this is a quicker show today, like we said, because
we gonna get to our least favorite couple. I like Henry. I just don't like Christina.
I guess it's the least favorite couple.
So Henry has been working remotely, but he's been going to his own apartment to work, and I think he's just trying to get away from Christina, at least during the day, and I get it. No offense, I get it.
Oh, no, facts. Big facts. I'm sorry. I still left Woody and Umani up there. I definitely 100% feel like my guy, Henry, all he wanted to do was go to the store. He wanted to go to the store to get away from Christina. That was part of it. Thank you. I was just texting you, Brandon. Thank you for joining us. Man. I don't know if y'all remember, if you've been to the store when quarantine first started, like they was letting people in the store one at a time. So
not all stores was doing that.
You got time to think. A good amount of like grocery stores, she was like, we don't even need anything. Like you just going grocery shopping. Like he definitely, what's going on, Millennial Mom? Like he definitely was taking his time in the grocery. You know what I'm saying? Like just pushing the cart and thinking with his mask on.
He was trying to get away from Christina.
He wasn't feeling it.
She has negative energy. I just really can't with her. So basically, Henry's 35th birthday comes up.
That's what we saw in the beginning of the episode, I believe.
Yeah.
And she missed it.
Christina forgot it was his birthday.
Come on, man.
And he said, I feel like it would be different. I feel like he was like, I just think it's funny how you forgot my birthday. But
did he actually bring it up to her?
No, he didn't. He said it to the camera.
This is very Henry, and this is
he doesn't say anything.
This is why Pastor Cal is like, bruh, you got to speak up a little bit. I understand that she's like very difficult to deal with.
Yeah.
But like that, I'd have been like, well, that's just me. Again, this is the difference between a me and a Henry. Like the night before, I'd be like, my birthday tomorrow. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
But he says that she went for a walk that night. Like his friend had a birthday cake delivered. She went for a walk and came back at 3 a.m.
Was it the same night?
That's the way he said it.
All right, because if so, that's grimy.
She's trash.
That is super, super trash. That's super grimy.
But it sounds like she's done it more than once, though. So she comes back at 3 a.m. He didn't say nothing. So we go on. Somebody went on social media, I guess, one of his friends, and was like, oh, she was hanging out with her friends, I guess.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Where are y'all going? Because everything shut down.
Who snitched and why? Where is she at also? That's another thing I'm very curious about. Where are you at, Christina? What you out doing? I didn't get to. I had stepped away from the TV to see how she was dressed, but he said she had makeup on.
He said she had on makeup. She was not dressed to go for no walk.
I'm like, bruh. Yo, go check your wife, man. Where is she going on my birthday, B?
Right.
What's up?
Yeah, that's not cool.
It's very, very uncool.
So Christina sits down and talks to Dr. Pepper, and
Pepper talk, it's coming.
Dr. Pepper is asking, what are some of the challenges? And she's like, I'm constantly trying to figure out what's going on because he always leaves. Like, he goes to his apartment for work or the grocery store like twice a day.
He out here blowing off steam in the produce aisle.
he in the freezer.
Yo, just
yeah.
He
so
tight, bro.
She was like, she thinks that he doesn't want this. I think that she's testing his patience. So yeah.
I told you there was been times where I really feel like she's like, I'm just gonna do whatever. I thought Brett was doing this at one point, but I feel like she was doing like whatever she could just to see how much she could piss him off. Do you give up yet? Is that it? Are you done with this relationship? Yeah. Like, I really feel like that's something that she was trying to do at some point.
So basically, Dr. Pepper is like, are you vulnerable with him or whatever? And she's like, yeah, when I talk to him, it seems like he cares. And Dr. Pepper was like, you need skin to skin contact because it changes things. I agree with that. Because like, if we have an argument and it's heated and then we finally like halfway calm down to listen to each other, we'll hold each other's hands because we can like get some kind of understanding sometimes.
Just a little
I'm
bit.
gonna need Henry and Christina to pull a Brett minus the food out the fridge for real.
Somebody's gotta go. Somebody's gotta dip out.
For real.
Somebody's gotta dip out. I appreciate that, Mom.
Cause Henry gotta go. Like, Christina is just not right. So then Henry talks to Pastor Kyle, which I was excited. I'm always excited when Henry speaks up for himself.
Please and thank you.
Yeah.
Come
so
on, Henry.
Pastor Kyle said, what's the challenges? He says, yeah, I just noticed the pattern of dishonesty. Pastor Kyle was like, what? Hold on, what are you talking about? Right.
Something? I love when Pastor Cal gives the guys like permission to be themselves. Like, yes, this is your wife. Yes, this is a delicate flower that you're supposed to love and respect. But be yourself, man. Don't let people walk all over you, man. No. If you feel some type of way about something, you gotta say something, man. Come on.
So he starts talking about her living situation. She says she lives in CBD, but then she
wait. Let's say it together. She's homeless. Thank you very much.
We've already concluded. She's homeless.
Bro.
Yeah,
Come
for
on.
sure. Then she said she was in an Airbnb, and then she got the opportunity to be on Married at First Sight. We know she's supposedly a flight attendant. Ain't heard nothing about a job since the show started. But okay. So I'm glad that finally came up about her being homeless because I couldn't take it no more.
Yeah, so I'm glad that he brought that to Pastor Cal's attention. And I don't know if y'all caught, he even said, like, I've talked to a few people and the consensus seems to be, I'm like, so y'all was clowning Christina about being homeless at some point. But it's rightfully so. So yeah, I'm glad that he said that. Again, Pastor Cal told him to speak about what was bothering him. Again, you mentioned that Dr. Pepper said to change her communication style. I think it's way too late for that. It's way too late in the game for that. Now, was that Millennial Mom saying they had to pause their TV when the expert said, sorry, we haven't been here for a while. Now, like, for real, like, it's been a while.
That's your job.
It's been a while.
Is to be the expert and help them.
I don't know. Maybe,
why y'all disappeared for 6 weeks?
Maybe the Zoom meeting wave didn't pop off yet. Maybe they was trying to figure out their own situation. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I feel like Dr. Pepper, Pastor Cal, even Viviana should have been on a Zoom call somewhere along this process.
They could have had everybody on a Zoom call,
honestly, I feel like that's probably what caused these relationships to fail even quicker. Like, they just went down the drain, it seems like.
I mean, if you had to sit in the house with somebody longer than you signed up for already, and then y'all don't even have the tools to figure out how to resolve the issues. It's like, that's not good.
It's a lot to deal with at one time.
So basically, Henry and Christina finally sit down and talk. Henry, of course, is like kind of nervous, and she's just like, what is it? And he basically said, I just feel like you be lying. Straight up, you be lying.
I'm glad that
You've been lying about this. You say you lived in CBD. She was like, I never said I lived in CBD. I'm like, insert clip
I was
here.
like, they should have cut straight to, I live in CBD with him standing in front of the car like, but you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, homeless. Come on, y'all homeless. Get it together. Then here's what got me tight. She gonna start crying. Like, come on, man.
I feel like she was trying to emotionally manipulate him.
Yes.
She was.
Yes, she was.
I'm a girl. I know.
I honestly feel like she definitely was trying to manipulate him.
She cued the waterworks on him.
Oh, you're going to accuse me?
She's like, I feel like there's no way that I can change your mind. And she just gets up and leave. I'm just like, girl, you never said that. Like, you never corrected what he said was a lie.
Never.
So that tells me that you're guilty, first and foremost. Because if somebody like turns it around on you like that and then starts crying because you're confronting them about something.
He was very calm. Christina,
he was so
Christina.
calm.
He sounded like he was at the debate. Christina, can you just let me, Christina.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. President.
Mr. Vice President. Thank you. So yeah, I wasn't feeling that she was crying about that. But
that's how the episode ended, basically.
That's how it ended. But was this a preview for the next episode,
yeah.
or was this a very like at the very end?
I think this was the very end, and then the preview, it shows Henry talking about one of Christina's friends, which we know is Chris, the gay guy.
I didn't know if that was.
I guarantee. Who else would come up with that story Henry's gay?
I'm not sure, but yeah, according to Henry, a reliable source had texted Christina and said that. Did he say that he might have slept with him? Is that what it was?
He said he was dating another guy.
That's wild, man.
Henry got wild friends first and foremost. So Henry could have been out having food with somebody, but also it's quarantine. How y'all dating?
Yeah. Mom says, "Don't even get me started with the crying. Don't even get me started."
She was trying it. I just can't with her. And I think that she's going too far with this whole, oh, well, he must be gay. Girl, you're not that bad that he has to be gay that he don't like you.
There was times,
no way.
Like I said, there was times in the beginning, and I told you, I think that's what Big Henry was hinting at, that he might be a little bit feminine, even though it turns out Miles was the one accused of being feminine this whole time. But how they wait till the end of the relationship, the end of the quarantine, the end of the season to be like, he might be gay. So you think it was her friend Chris?
I know for a fact it was Chris. Because Chris was the one that was asking messy questions.
He was being shady before.
Chris is messy.
He was being a little bit shady.
He was.
So, yeah, that's all we got for these. Do you think Henry is gay?
No, Henry's not gay.
Yo, Christina might have been the friend too.
Right, Christina created it. She texted herself from another phone.
I think Christina made that up. I don't know if anybody's watching Married at First Sight Australia.
He said she didn't show the text.
Yeah.
There was no receipt.
Show the text. We haven't been watching Australia, but
Australia is too much.
We peeked it. It's really too much. We peeked in for a second, and there's another situation where a text needs to be shown.
Yeah.
So yeah. We wrapping up the show early today, a little bit early.
We're gonna do our ratings,
but we got to do these ratings, guys. We got to do these ratings. Again, this is wild to see the couples. Like so deep into a relationship. And again, they're being forced to be in quarantine, which is something that we've never seen before. But we want to know, thank you so much to Millennial Mom for checking out the show. We love you guys' show as well. Shout out to my guy, High Rise, jumping in the building. But yeah, we're going to do these ratings for week 13 for the couples.
Who's first?
So if you want to rate the couples, all you have to do is drop
it in the
a
chat.
Number between 1 and 10 in the chat. Starting with Miles and Karen. Last week, we both gave them a 7.5. This week,
I'm giving them a 7. I'm just not seeing much progress.
I'm surprised.
And it's very stagnant.
I'm surprised. Yeah, 7 from Jasmine. I might have to go down to a 6 because Miles was looking like Miles was looking a little homeless himself this episode. He rough. I don't know if he's been out doing anything and nothing like that, but he's, you know what I'm saying? He was looking, where's Miles at? He's been looking, he was out here looking just a little bit rough in these streets, you know what I'm saying? So I'm giving him.
says a 7 too.
Oh,
0!
Ooh, negative 0 look like. Negative 0.
That's funny.
That is I think they definitely deserve like a lower grade because again, there was so much progress made with like the foot rubs and the massages and all that other stuff. But I wish you would have told us the sound was super low. I wish I would have fixed that. But yeah, I'm gonna make sure I crank it up for you guys next time as well. But yeah, it's Yeah, it's gotta
Next
be like
couple rating.
It's gotta be like a 5 or 6 for me, dog. Cause I'm not feeling them. But for next couple, on the brighter side, we have Amelia and Bennett. Amelia and Bennett, they've been making major waves, of course, major waves.
They get a 9.5 today.
You give them a 9.5
because they're showing compromise. They talking. You know, it's just going in the right direction.
Yeah. I think it's a good look for them. They've been doing their thing. 9.5 from Jasmine. I'm going to what's up, Jess? I might give him a 10 because compromise is key.
Compromise is key.
As Pastor Cal said, compromise is key, man. So I think I'm gonna go with a full 10 for them because
you can't give them a 10. They did not decide to stay married yet.
Okay,
That's a rule.
It's just for this week, though. Shatoni's going with a 9. I like 9 also. Jazz said 9.5. I think they're amazing. They've been killing it.
She said 8.5. Amelia's still on gumdrop land. She really is.
Gumdrop land as in like she's like floating.
Yes, she's in Willy Wonka's factory somewhere. I don't know what's going on with her.
All right, 8.5 it is from Millennial Mom. I like that, but I think there's still so much hope, and I think that they're doing good because Bennett, like I said, he made the ultimate compromise, but I feel like we could have seen that from Bennett anyway. But we do need to see some more compromise from Amelia in some way.
I would like to see that.
That's not just singing beautiful songs that
she
makes
do
his
sound
heart
good
melt.
though.
Because we know that's what he loved. We know that's what he loves.
For sure.
Great job. I'm appreciating the ratings. Brandon gives them a 9. They're looking good. All right. So moving on to Umani, Woody, and Umani. What are we doing this week?
They get a 9.5.
I think we both gave them a 9.5 last week. I think I'm keeping that.
Woody and Umani are doing good.
Shatoni also gave them a 9.5 last week.
I feel like their relationship is the most realistic in the situation because they're arguing still, which is a natural part of having a relationship, especially in the beginning when you're trying to get to know somebody. Mm-hmm. But they're resolving it, they're talking, and they're also speaking directly to each other to let them know, hey, I'm looking to be with you long term. Yeah. Despite whatever foolishness we might have pop up occasionally, that's the goal.
There you go.
Speak it into existence.
Speak it into existence. So I said 9.5. Let us know if you got any other ratings in there. Feel free to drop those real quick. But yeah, I think Umani, they killing the game. Apparently they got healthy arguments. Millennial Mom says 8.5 because Woody is selling a lot of sauce, but you like him. You gotta love him. Love him. Hopefully there's not too many holes in those DMs. You know what I'm saying? But it's working out.
The hoes is gonna be there regardless. Like that's just what it is.
Excuse me, not in my house. ain't no hoes in this house.
I'm saying they gonna be in the they gonna be in the DMs. Okay?
In the DM, facts. Yeah. They're gonna be in the DM, especially again because they quarantine. And Woody's a smooth type of character guy, or the sauce, if you will. The sauce.
You
know what I'm saying?
As long as the sauce is for your wife.
That's right. They actually approached the problem and the mindset of getting through it together. That's the most important thing. That's the reason why the JasVynce is a show. You know what I'm saying? When you can approach the problem and get through it together, because again, like Pastor Cal said, this is my favorite quote now. Compromise is key.
I feel like Pastor Cal had a better quote before.
He did. I can't
remember what it was. I'll look at my notes.
It wasn't, it's not happy wife, happy life. It's happy spouse, happy house. Pastor Cal got bars, man. He got all the bars. Thank you for the ratings on that one. We got one more or two more couples. That was
Brett and Olivia. 0.
Olivia, okay.
Brett and Olivia, 0.
I gave them a 6. Last episode,
we had some hope left.
This is when we still had a little bit of hope left.
I feel like Brett might be a fuckboy and come back.
Jazz gave him a 7 last week. That's the highest score that Jasmine has ever given them.
I don't like
Shatoni gave them a 3 and a 4.5 if she was generous. That's exactly what she did. So I guess, it's over.
I'm going to give them a 1. I feel like Brett is going to come back and I'm going to be ready for Olivia to be like, no thanks. That will make my whole year.
No thanks. We tried this. The cats, they don't get along. They don't. We can't. Was it Tyrion? Tyrion is not feeling.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Nah, Brett was hella trash for that. Again, I can't be super mad at him because he knows himself. That's the way that he interacts. So he could have been more of an asshole, but they're both kind of trash. Again, I do feel like Olivia kind of put, I don't know, she did her crying thing too. She's working, but I don't know. We don't know, again, because of the communication is trash. That's it. We don't know how much time they've put into
Olivia
this.
was kind of pushy too.
You know?
She was kind of pushy.
I got -00 from Olivia. -00. Yeah, facial expressions, everything was just bad. It was a very trash relationship. It
was not a match. I still can't tell you why they matched them. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Because of the cats.
Besides the cats.
The cats.
The cats don't even like each other.
The cats. That was it. And he dipped and left the coffee machine by accident. But very, very last couple, last ratings before we finish up here, guys. Yes, Henry and Chris. Look at the distance. The distance between us. All right. Henry and Christina, we gave them. I gave them a 5. Shatoni gave them a 5 last week. Jasmine gave them a 4. This week, however, it's looking more Brett and Olivia. It's looking more like a 1, 2. Again, we know some people that have been a part of the spoilers.
I feel like they get a 2.
Yeah, some of the spoiler people, we know eventually how this relationship turns out, especially since, this was filmed a couple months
Brandon
ago.
Is very upset about this cat.
Yo.
He's very upset.
It's the cat, bro. It's the cat. Don't talk to Tyrion like that. But yeah, I think looking at it just for the sake of this relationship for this week, they looking like a 2. Shatoni says 0. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not looking good.
She said there is no rating.
There's no rating. Lifeless. They gave us pretty much nothing on that. What up, chatting it up? Appreciate you for joining the show. We're wrapping up right now. We ended on our ratings. Yeah, it's looking bad, man. We've never been in a situation like this where we've seen the couples have to be quarantined ever and be in the experiment longer than they were told. So it's a lot going on, man. It's a lot going on. What can you say?
We hope they getting paid.
Right.
Also,
they gotta get paid.
I looked up, it looks like the finale is like October 29th or something. So we only have about 4 more episodes of this show.
4 more episodes.
So they gave us 3 months of episodes for 1 month of time. And now they just accelerating it. I don't get it. But okay. So this has been the JasVynce Show. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you so much for tuning in.
Next Thursday.
Yes, say your thing. Come on for the YouTubers.
Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
There we go. Like, comment, and subscribe. Once again, my name is Vince.
And I'm Jasmine.
And we are the JasVynce Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll catch you guys next week, Thursday. And don't forget to be on our YouTube page and like, comment, and subscribe, and all that other cool stuff that Jasmine said. And enjoy our nice little intro and outro. Peace out, y'all.